New game. Oh, there's fire now.
Yeah, it's all kinds of stuff. Look at that screen shake.
Oh, you can
Duck.
duck. That's
Yeah.
cool.
And if
Oh, you can move and duck? Oh.
that was a mistake. That was going to be something that was going to change, I think.
Yeah, it seems almost like too.
Yeah.
Whoa!
What happened?
I got the big guy.
Oh yeah. It goes away after a certain amount of time, I think.
Oh, okay.
So if I remember right, the blue shot was faster but slower reload. Nice. And if you shoot against your own goal, it goes minus, I think.
Yeah, I did that by accident before.
Yeah. And if you shoot the other person, it's like a +3 or something like that.
Oh, you get points for it now? Because I don't think in the other one you got points.
I think. Yeah.
Yeah. If you die, it -3.
Yeah, you lose 3.
Yeah. And it doesn't go to the other guy. That's cool.
Right. Yeah, I was playing with like the idea of different stages, like what would be a good layout. Like the original was just kind of a rectangle, but this has like a couple weird areas where like line of sight is odd. Like, oh, can I get a shot through this little area or not?
Yeah. There's like a choke point.
Yeah. I don't know that it ever really worked, but it was like experimenting with different ideas.
Nice.
But I think I remember some of the things I did that was real big in one of those last revisions was I made all of the settings go across matches or something. Like the way that the programming was working was like I had all the settings stored in an object or whatever that was like session dependent, or like if you started a match and then you left, it like wouldn't remember anything that happened. Whereas then I moved that like object outside of the match state, which was like probably a no duh thing to anybody who knows what they're doing, but I didn't realize that initially. And that was a big move. That allowed me to like change the character. Although I don't think I ever got there, but I was like, I had the flag for like which character did you choose, and like what weapon, and then it allowed for power ups. Like it changed, and now like I think if you hit escape, it goes to the menu, but if you hit resume, it goes like right back to where it was, which was like impossible in the earlier version of the demo.
Oh, that's cool.
It was stuff that probably seems like a no duh, but was like took a lot of work to figure out.
Yeah, the little quality of life things.
Yeah, it's kind of neat. All right, so we got Godot.
We got Godot.
Godot. Do we need? We need a tutorial open, right?
So I found the Your First Game tutorial on Godot docs.
And I think
that's probably...
Yeah, I think I did like half of this one, or like a third of it, but I also don't remember any of it, so we might as well just do it again.
Okay, yeah, because I think I started, or maybe I started with like the earlier stuff, just talking about like scripting and stuff.
Yeah.
So I don't think I did much of this.
All right. I remember I made like the guy animate or something. I did a little bit of it. So we got to download the assets. Did you already get the assets?
Dodge assets.zip.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a new folder called Dodge. Sweet. Some good file management going on right now on both of our screens.
Zip these to your project folder. Okay, so I'm gonna make a new project folder, and I'm gonna do that in a. I'm gonna do it in my Git.
We'll have to go through this in a little bit. Check out the Git in a bit. Have you had this this Uncanny Valley? Have you had this guy?
Um, who makes it?
I don't know. I'm looking right now.
Is that Vermont Beer Company?
I don't know. It just says BBCO. I'm still investigating. Burlington Beer Company.
Oh, Burlington Beer Company. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've had some of their beers before. They have like a similar artwork on
Yeah.
a lot of them.
This isn't bad. 7%, pretty drinkable.
Nice.
All right, projects. New project. Wait, should I read this instructions?
Okay. Click on projects. Just
New project. Project path. Where did I put this? Oh, it's in my D drive. Select current folder. Dodge. Demo. Oh, it says choose an empty folder.
can't copy it afterwards.
That's weird. I mean, the folder just says, it just has the assets in it. Yeah, like hit that. See how it says please choose an empty folder? I got the same thing.
Oh,
That stinks.
I delete it.
And then put it in after?
Yeah, I guess so. Right?
I guess.
OpenGL, create and edit.
Ugh. I'll move it to my desktop just so I can make this project. This is the worst.
You just copy it right back. Silly. Oh, now I can see it here though. It's cool. Okay.
Create folder. Select it. OpenGL 3.0? Definitely.
Only the best for what we're doing. Okay.
All right, it seems like we have identical screens, as we should.
For this tutorial, we assume you're familiar with the editor. Okay, game is designed for portrait mode. So we need to adjust the size of the game window. Project settings.
So project settings display window.
Yep. And we're doing 480, 720.
What the hell's display? Oh, there it is. Window. So the width is 480?
480.
And then the height. Oh, because it's like a phone game?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't it supposed to be not resizable? Maybe not. Oh, we can, but we want to keep the aspect ratio set. So I think we're going to go to the stretch options. Where is that?
Okay, mode.
Mode.
2D stretch.
2D
Aspect keep.
Keep. All right.
3 independent scenes. Player, mob, and HUD.
All right. So we're in the file system. Is that where we're going?
Yeah, they're kind of saying you can create new folders. You could just do it all in one place because it's simple. I wouldn't mind doing different folders.
I mean, we should probably do whatever like best practices for later, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like what we're going to be doing with a more complicated game. So
Right.
player, mob, and HUD would be separate folders.
All right.
Okay.
So we're making Ooh, how'd you create folders? Oh,
Right click down here.
I see it. New folder. Player, mob, and hood with capitals.
Yeah, I'm just doing capitals on it.
Yeah.
Hood.
All right.
Player scene. First scene will define the player object. One of the benefits to creating a player scene is we'll need to choose a node for the player object.
And like the nodes are for like everything, I think, right? Like you can put music as a node, a scene, an object as a node. Like everything is nodes, I think, in this.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Right.
It's like very modular.
Yeah.
So it's node, no, area 2D. Where the hell is area 2D? Other area 2D. Where the hell is area 2D?
Probably told us, right? Oh, you can search.
Ah, okay.
There it is. It's under canvas item node 2D, collision object 2D, area 2D.
Got it.
All right. Create.
Creating.
Okay.
Oh,
Like-
and there's your screen.
That's your area. Oh, right. Okay.
That's cool.
The blue bounding box there.
So boarding icon next to the scene tree.
Oh, I see it. A little yellow guy.
Oh, okay, I see.
It's because it has no. We haven't defined it yet, I guess. With Area 2D, we can detect objects that overlap or run into the player. So I guess it's got like collision detection stuff. Change the node's name to player by double clicking on it. Easy enough. Now that we've set the scene's root node, how do we know that's the root node? Oh, because the other ones are going to be like child nodes or whatever?
Player is the root? That's interesting.
That is weird. All right, well.
Move or reset them by clicking on them.
Mm.
Select the node, click the icon on the right of its lock.
But I think, isn't it like control is a node? Like to put control onto something or, I don't know. We'll see. All right, so how are we making this?
Change the node's name and then
Where's the lock? Oh, this lock here.
click the icon to the right of the lock.
The one that makes sure the object's children are not selectable? That thing? Right.
Where are you seeing that? I don't see it.
You're right above where your mouse was a second ago. It's the toolbar at the top. Like to the right a little more. Yeah, keep going.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
here?
Because see how like the tab at the top? It looks like this is. It says unsaved. I don't know what that means. But we're in the player node, I think. All right, I'm less sure about that now. I thought unsaved was. I thought we were in the player node, but I don't know now.
It looks like it's right because it just popped up here. Children not selectable.
Right.
Okay.
Huh.
I think that you got it.
Maybe it just says
Okay.
we just didn't
Save.
save it. How do you save it? Oh, is that what we're doing now?
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna
scene.
save scene in player.
What the hell? What are we doing? Click save scene. Oh, we don't have to hit save as. We're just hitting save.
Yeah.
Oh, but it's still asking me. Did it ask you as well?
If I wanted to save as?
Yeah, like where to put it. I just hit save scene, and it's like, where do you want to save it?
Yeah, so I saved it to the player
You did?
folder. I'm assuming
Oh,
that makes sense.
because it doesn't think we're doing the folders, right?
Yeah. So they're just telling you to do it in the root, basically.
Interesting. So we have to save every scene individually?
I guess.
Or, huh. Oh, save all scenes. There's a button for it.
But that's if they're already existing, right?
Right.
I think if they don't exist, you still have to tell it where you want to put them.
So like
what
once,
you want to call
but
them.
once we establish each one, then we just hit save all and it's fine. Okay,
Yeah.
that's not that bad. All right.
All right, sprite animation. Click on the player node and add an animated sprite node as the child.
Okay. Okay, I got that.
We'll handle the appearance and animations of our player. Notice there's a big warning symbol next to the node. Requires a sprite frames resource. Create one, find frames property in the inspector.
It says empty,
Inspector.
which is on the right. Yeah, you got it.
Yes.
New
Empty
sprite
new
frames.
sprite frames. Click again to open sprite frames panel.
Okay, that's on the bottom.
Wait.
Oh, hit new sprite frames,
Oh, okay, new sprite frames.
and then just click where it says sprite frames. Right there. Yep. Now
okay.
the panel pops up. On the left is a list of animations. Click the default one and rename it to walk. I like that. As simple as it is, I'm glad that you can double click things to rename them.
Yes.
That makes me happy.
Click the new animation button.
All right, so we're making another one called up. Find the player images in the file system. That's on the left. And the art. Okay. Dot asset art.
Okay, so up.
Got it. I mean, that seems very easy.
Walk. I like the interface so far. This is great.
Uh-oh. Oh, I just deleted my entire animated sprite. I wanted to get rid of... See how you have the two little animated drawings on the bottom there? The 2 frames? I clicked one and just hit the delete button. Try it real quick. You won't ruin anything. Like, click the number 1 there. Let's say you wanted to get rid of the second one, and just hit delete on your keyboard. It gets rid of the entire thing, so you don't want to do that. So cancel it.
Gets rid of the whole node.
Yeah, so good to know.
Weird.
I mean, you can hit the little garbage button. Because what I wanted
That's weird.
Yeah, what I wanted to know was, can I grab both drawings and select them and drag them at once? And you can. Because I'm thinking if we have one with like 16 animation frames, you can just grab them both. Or like all 15 and just drag it at once, which is nice.
Yeah. Yeah, I did the same thing to drag them in.
Yeah.
And then you can mess with the order of them too if you needed to, but we could just
Right.
file name them correctly.
Mm-hmm.
It's cool.
All right.
The player images are a bit too large for the game window, so you need to scale them down. Click on the animated sprite node and select the scale property.
Sprite node.
Scale.
Where do you see scale? Shit.
Is it? I just assumed it was on the right, but I don't see it there. See speed scale.
Oh, it's under transform under node 2D. You just have to expand it.
Okay.
Or at least
and you can
I
filter
think.
properties too.
Yeah. And we're doing half for each of those.
0.5, yep.
Yeah. Finally, add a collision shape as a child of player. Okay. I wonder if, like,
Collision shape?
yeah, add child node.
So it's just another child node.
Yep, and you just type in collision, you'll see it. It's collision shape 2D. At some point, we might want to keep a running doc of like some of these frequently used nodes, you know?
Yes.
Like make our own little reference sheet.
Well, I mean, we'll probably have a standard to how we build like characters, for example.
Right.
like like mobs, and then the player character, and we
Yeah.
can like document that.
Well, and I wonder too, can you like save? Can I save it as a template, or something?
Mm.
Because I'm gonna want collision and a sprite. I'm gonna want all these things on everything we ever make, right?
Yeah.
Or at least most of them. All right. Um,
So we're going to shape. New
shape.
capsule shape 2D.
Oh, so capsule is like an oval, right?
Oh, I see. Yeah, it's oblong.
And because this guy is kind of an oval.
And you could do like a custom shape if you really wanted to, but this is like the quick and dirty way.
Yeah, it seems like the new concave polygon shape. I wonder if you could like just drag and draw it. That would be kind of neat.
Resize the shape of the sprite. Where are the handles?
The red things? Yeah, totally. Oh, you don't. Why don't you have them? Try clicking the blue. Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
because
there you go.
I lost the selection.
Yeah, there it is. This is kind of fun to do. I like this. Oh, so tall, Blotsky.
I know. I should have done with first.
I did with, yeah. All right.
Cool.
Yeah, that was fun.
When you're finished, your player scene should look like this.
Yep.
Yep. Make sure to save the scene again after these changes.
I noticed they no longer have that little lock icon or whatever that thing is that we have. Maybe that doesn't matter.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, maybe they like messed up.
It seems like we can still select the children, so I'm confused. Like, I don't know what that thing
I
is.
don't know what that does. Does it tell us? Children are not selectable.
But I'm selecting the children.
I'm selecting the hell out of them.
Actually, I want to mess with that. So if I don't do that,
It feels the same. It looks identical. I mean, I'm sure it does something. I just don't know what it is.
yeah, I have no idea. It's weird. Okay.
Huh.
Moving the player.
Oh, we're gonna
We need
script. Let's do some scripting.
So click the player node and
Hit attach script. This is where it gets good.
attach script. In script settings, you can leave the default setting alone. Just click create.
Yeah, because so it says it's going to the folder we made, right?
Nice. That's cool.
Template, default, language. What other language can we do? Visual script, native script. Huh. Bin.
I didn't know about the. Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Oh. All right.
But we want GD script, right? Yeah.
Oh yeah. There's that sweet code. All right.
Start by declaring the member variables the object will need. Extends area 2D.
I mean, we're literally just gonna like copy this in there.
Yeah, I guess we don't even need
Extends.
to type it.
What does it mean though? Because we're gonna end up having to type this, right? So like, what is it?
Yeah.
So extends area 2D. That's already in there. Huh.
Yeah. So it's going below that. So
Is this node? We renamed it player, but was this node originally called area 2D?
Yes, it was.
So is that all that means? Is it saying like this is adding to whatever default code area 2D has? Is that what that?
I think so. Yeah. I'm not sure what export means though. That's weird. That.
Oh, export variable speed. Yeah, export to what?
If you look at the C# code,
Yeah.
basically the class of the object is a player, or sorry, the class of the object is area 2D,
Area 2D.
and the name is player.
Right.
I don't understand what export, like why they use that term, but you're basically declaring the variables for that object. How
Yeah.
fast it will move.
I guess, yeah, question is why is it export variable instead of just variable? Because the other one is just variable.
Well, I think export is that's starting this section of declaring variables. They probably could have put
Oh,
var on
next line
the
if you
next
wanted.
line, I think.
Oh,
That's what I'm assuming, but I don't know. Because if you look at the C
C
sharp one,
sharp.
it looks like it.
You're right, because it says export like above. That's weird.
Yeah.
All right, yeah,
It would have been nice if they made a separate line if that truly was the case.
Yeah, I wonder if that's really what that means. What if I hit? Let's see. So I just hit enter between export and variable, and I got an error. So I mean, try it right there. Yeah, and the bottom. See, it's like error 4, comma 1. Or 3-1. I have 3-1 because
So maybe, yeah, I don't know what that means though.
What if I just delete
Okay.
export?
Actually, I'm gonna open another.
So I just deleted export, and now the error is gone. So export on its own does not seem to be like a thing.
So export needs to be on the same line as a variable
Right.
for some reason.
It's a different type of variable then, or something, right?
It's an export variable.
Oh, it says it right in the paragraph. It says using the export keyword allows us to set its value in the inspector. So I guess that means it puts it into that panel. Like it creates the variable in the panel on the right in the editor. You know what I mean?
Uh,
Maybe.
So if we go back to player and we go to
Yeah, does it
speed is
have?
400 script variable? Yeah,
There you go.
that's pretty cool.
So that you can change those more easily without going into the code, I guess.
That's awesome.
Um, what is this variable screen size thing doing? Why is that there?
What are you looking for?
Well, we put it in the code. It says variable screen size.
Oh,
Why does it need to know the screen size in the code? Oh, click the little scroll next to where it says player.
oh, that's how you get back to
I
script.
think so, yeah. See the
There
variable
we go.
screen size? It says size of the game window. But why? Like, who cares? Why does this thing need to know the size of the game window? Does that give it a bounds or something?
No, maybe they're gonna explain that in the next section.
And you know what? If it doesn't, I'll delete mine, and then let's see how ours behave differently. All
The
right.
ready function is
Yeah.
called when a node enters the scene tree. It's a good time to find the size of the game window.
Oh, okay.
So, so it's a variable. You're basically just declaring screen size. It's an empty variable, and then you set the screen size to the viewport size. And I don't know why we're doing that, but
So when we declare it, we're not giving it a value. But then when the game starts, it gives it its value. Is that what that means?
yeah, when this scene is
Initialized?
when a node enters the scene tree, I guess is the terminology. That's when it comes out.
So we already have function ready there. You're just pasting the screen size after it, right?
Yeah, I'm just gonna leave pass where or like I'm gonna knock pass down.
Right.
Now.
I think it's garbage probably, right? But oh yeah.
Okay, so now we can use the process function to determine what the player will do.
Okay.
Process is called every frame, so we use the take elements per game.
All right.
It's the player
Here's
placing.
here's where we're doing control. So input action is pressed, or input is action pressed, and then you define the key. Interesting.
UI right, left, down, up.
Now the UI right, left, down, up, is that like they're not like those are like almost variables too then, right? Like the whatever I
Like
decide is right or something?
Are they global variables though? Like, yeah,
I don't
like do you
know.
define them later to say here are the controls for the game, or?
Right. Because otherwise I would expect them to be actual keys, you know? But maybe not.
Function, process delta,
You know,
player's movement vector.
you know what I like is notice on the top right of this code window, it has the code very small.
I love that too. I use Visual Studio a lot,
Yeah.
Microsoft, and it has that same thing. It's so great.
Oh, really? That's kind of like a standard.
I think with a lot of the new editors, yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's nice to see like it's almost like having a mini map, you know?
Yeah, because it's so colorful too. Like it's very visual. I feel like you could probably like jump around a lot easier.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll start by setting the velocity to 0, 0. Hold on.
Wait, how are we doing that? I want to look at this for a second though. So it says if okay, so variable velocity equals vector 2. What is vector 2? It says the player's movement vector, but like what is that just always what vector 2 means?
Yeah, can we see that somewhere? Like on the player?
Right.
Vector.
Again, it sounds like some kind of global variable, but I don't know where it exists. Like, why can't we see that? Vector 2.
Oh, it's behind here.
Oh, you can go back to the code, Blonsky. Right click on where it says vector and hit lookup symbol. Now this class vector 2. So
okay.
it gives you like a bunch of, I haven't read this, but it gives you a bunch of info about it, which is good for us.
Huh.
So it's a position.
Vector 2. So what are we doing in this? Velocity equals vector 2. So vector 2 is a true or false?
If it's anything but not moving. Oh, look at the
There's x and y values for vector 2 though.
yeah, hey, look at yeah, right there. Yeah, isn't that neat? Sorry, you just did it, but it like
What?
like where it says vector 2, like it keeps the little definitions.
Oh yeah, this is great.
Yeah,
I love this.
that's neat.
So you can go back and forth.
Right. And it even has underneath it has filter methods. Like click on vector 2 and then look down below. Like it has
Yeah.
you could zoom around into the
And the same thing for your code too. You can go to
Yeah.
the ready section, you go to process function.
This seems to be pretty well thought out for being a free thing.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, so vector 2 has so it has an x and a y property.
Okay.
And then you're setting x and y for vector 2 if right or left is pressed. So what is
Oh.
plus equal and minus equal do
Well,
here.
so I was gonna ask this. I may have answered my own question in my brain. I was gonna ask where's vector 1? But is vector 2 because it's 2D?
Well, it's a
Because it has the
yeah,
X and Y.
it's two
right?
element, yeah. So
Right.
it's X and Y. Yeah, if
Okay.
it was just one, I
Right.
guess.
Whereas 3D probably has X, Y, Z, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because I was like, yeah, where's vector 1? I get it. Okay. So yeah, the plus equals. Man, it must be add, right? Why does it have an equals though?
Yeah, does that mean it's adding 1 to the value?
I guess. And so this also, where it's declaring variable velocity equals vector 2. Then on like line like 18, for example, on both of ours, velocity dot x. So it's taking the first value of vector 2 then? Is that what it's doing, really?
What do you mean by first value?
Well, because vector 2 returns 2 values, right?
Well, it's setting the property x to 1, or it's adding 1 to x for that vector.
All right.
And then for y, and it depends on if you're doing up, down, left, right? So up and down are mapped to the y vector.
Right.
They're either adding or subtracting.
And vector 2 holds both an x and a y value, right?
Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense. And it knows what's what.
They're calling them properties of this class.
Got it.
And the default is 0. Yeah.
Makes sense. Yeah.
So we start by setting the velocity to 0, but that's by default. So do we need to set it as well? Check each input from the velocity and obtain total correction.
Is that our next step?
Yeah. It's just below the code, for the vector 2 code in the tutorial.
Are we setting it to 0 in the inspector? How are we doing that?
I don't.
Or is this just describing what we just did?
I think it's just describing what we did, because by default it is 0. So.
Right.
We can prevent that if we normalize the velocity, which means set its length to 1, then multiply by the desired speed.
So that
Vector
if you're going up and right, it's not going super fast. Is that what it's talking about? Like it sets an upper bound?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
We
also check. Well, is it kind of like if you're moving up and left, then your value is 1 and 1, and it equals like 2, basically?
Right.
Like you're going twice as fast?
But this is going to like cap it, right? If it's going to normalize it? Is that what that means? Setting the length to 1? Although I don't know. Did we set the length? Oh, is that where it says if velocity.length is greater than 0, velocity equals velocity.normalized times speed?
And speed is 400. So what is normalized? Yeah, let's look up normalized.
Oh, it didn't work.
Wait, how do we get there? Yeah, how do we get there?
Vector 2 is a symbol. So is input. So is action pressed, but normalized is not.
So normalized is like a property or something? Or it's like its own function. Let's see.
I don't like that it's the same color, though. So we're multiplying.
Yeah, nothing's telling me what normalized is. I went to like the search on the Godot website.
So we We set speed to 400. What units is that? Is that like pixels? Like what is it?
Pixels a second, it says.
That sounds pretty fast. Maybe
Yeah,
not.
it does sound fast. I
Well,
don't know.
oh, you're right. It defines it as pixels per second. So it's saying if the velocity is faster than nothing, like length, right? So does length just mean like x or y? Is that all that's saying?
I don't know.
I hit lookup symbol and nothing happened on length.
Yeah, it's like none of these things.
We were getting so excited about how polished this was.
And I can't search for it on their website. Like it's not showing up. Well, I guess if I look up vector 2, maybe it'll give me. Well, yeah, let's go back to vector 2. Does it say anything about length? It does. Okay. So vector 2 length returns the length of this vector. And then vector 2 normalized. What does vector 2 normalized do? Returns the vector scaled to unit length, equivalent to v over v
What does that mean?
length.
What?
Huh? So, vector scale to unit length. What does vector scale to unit length mean? And what was length again?
It just says the length, the magnitude.
The magnitude. Okay.
So if
I
mean, does it just mean like any direction? I don't know. The magnitude of a vector.
don't understand that. I don't understand what the length or the magnitude of a vector is. Magnitude
Times speed. Velocity is velocity normalized times speed.
vector math.
Yeah, it did say we should brush up on our vector math.
Individual components of vector can be accessed directly. Vectors.
I like this note. It says, this tutorial is not a formal textbook on linear algebra. And it has a link to Khan Academy.
That's great.
That's funny.
That's pretty clever.
Yeah.
Normalization. Normalizing a vector means reducing its length to 1 while preserving its direction. This is done by dividing each of its components by its magnitude. Because this is such a common operation, there's a normalized method. Okay. I still don't understand what magnitude is. I want to like mess with that value at some point.
Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it seems like when you modify the x and the y property and you put value in there, it adjusts the length.
Like can the length if velocity length. So if I'm hitting right, I would love to watch the values move as I'm controlling. I wonder if you can do that. Because
like pop out length and put it like as like a little meter.
Well, yes, have it draw the results of all of these.
That would be awesome.
But like if I hold right, then clearly it's like a +1 to x, right? And so it's going to move 400 pixels per second to the right. But that means velocity length equal is greater than 0. And so therefore, velocity gets normalized.
400.
So it's still just 1, and then is times speed.
Yeah.
So it's just 400.
So it keeps it at 400 regardless of what direction you're going in.
So the velocity dot x plus equals 1, do you think that just keeps adding 1? So like if I hold right, like
Is it just constantly accelerating?
yeah, except that we cap it using the normalized. Like if we remove that normalized line, would our guy go flying like super fast?
Well, I think the normalized is particular to if you're putting in multiple presses, right? Like if you're doing up and left or down and right or something like that where you're starting to add velocity to both directions, then
Right.
you're going to end up like multiplying that speed, and this is
Yeah,
going to keep it so that it's really just taking
each
like,
one. So
yeah, it's like split the
yeah,
difference.
rather than being like 1.5 or whatever it ends up being. I don't know what it would
Hmm.
really be, but something like that probably.
It ends up just being 400
Yeah.
in a diagonal direction.
So is so then the plus equals just means equals +1. I wonder, like why does it need the plus and the minus there?
I think the plus equals, I think it is adding 1
Uh,
to whatever the value is, right? So it could like kind of loop through and it would keep adding 1 to it,
mhm.
and the minus equals would remove 1,
So like
maybe.
if I'm holding right, wouldn't it just keep going up then, or no? Because like it's equal to 1 already, and then I'm still holding right, so it pluses 1, so it's equal to 2. Or does that
I
not
think
happen?
so.
Okay.
Or maybe it does. Yeah, maybe it doesn't. I don't know.
I don't
Maybe it
know.
just.
Huh. All right. Well, I don't know. I guess we could just keep going and find out.
Yeah, like if you let go of right, it just goes back to 0 and it stops moving. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. What? How would it know to go back to 0?
Yeah, that doesn't quite make sense to me.
Because if it's moving, the vector 2 should be moving, right? Like it should be positive, or negative, but non-zero either way.
In a Boolean context, vector 2 will evaluate to false if it's equal to vector 2, 0, 0. Yeah, it doesn't say anything about how it would like revert itself. So I don't know.
Probably worth
We
just
can.
like screwing with it to find out. All right. So we are.
Well, I guess the else is basically saying it's going to stop. So if the input is not pressed at any given time, then
Yeah.
it's going to stop.
Oh, I didn't. Oh, but yeah, but that's just the animation though, right?
I think that's a good question. I don't know.
Hmm.
Yeah, well,
All
yeah, let's
right.
keep moving, I guess.
Push forward. All right. So we're at. Are we near like the clamp? Is that where we are? No, get node. Shit, I lost where I was. Oh, here we are. Okay, I found it.
Yeah, we're at the very below vector math.
Yeah.
We also
So
check whether the player is moving so we can call play or stop on the animated sprite. Okay. $sign is short for get node.
okay,
Oh, okay, that's cool.
that makes sense. You're gonna use that a lot, I guess. So that
Cleans it up.
yeah, and it turns green.
So get node animated sprite play
Yeah, we got that.
in GD script. Yeah. Now we have a movement direction. We can update the player's position. We will use clamp to prevent it. Restricting to a given.
Okay, so yeah, here's where we have the boundary, I guess, right?
Yeah. So this
So
is at the bottom of process.
so if the position delta, what's delta? Change? What does that mean? velocity times delta. Oh, it tells me. Okay. The delta parameter in the process function refers to the frame length, the amount of time that the previous frame took to complete. Okay.
How come I'm getting doesn't like me?
Oh, I have one too. Unexpected token identifier position.
Oh, what the fuck?
Oh, no, that didn't fix it. Mixed tabs and spaces in indentation. That doesn't like that at all.
Delta parameter in the process function refers to frame length. No, it doesn't help.
Add the following to the bottom of the process function. Make sure it's not indented under the else.
But it still needs to be indented.
By one, right?
Yeah, one indent. Because it's under the function. But it's still giving me an error.
Yeah, me too. I'm getting mixed tabs and spaces in the indentation. Do you have that?
Oh, are they using spaces? Oh, they're using spaces, not tabs. That's annoying.
Are they?
I think they are.
Oh, we want spaces?
Yeah. I think that's like better like coding etiquette, I guess, than tabs.
You're right. It cleared it out.
But it's annoying.
What? Aw. I don't like that.
I think it's within the function, right? If you look at function ready, at least on my screen,
Yeah.
I used the tab and it was fine. So I think it just you have to
It's
keep
like a
it
consistency.
consistent. Yeah.
Oh,
And we copied and pasted, so we were pulling in other
you're
stuff.
right. Okay, so when we're actually typing this ourselves, we can tab.
Yeah, I think I'm
Okay.
gonna use tab.
Yeah.
It's a lot cleaner.
Totally.
Wait, I saved it, Mike, and then I went back to this, and they all have tabs now.
It cleaned it up for us. Good on them.
This is so weird.
That's
but yeah,
good.
they did.
I like
So
that.
It might have been copy and paste function that like
I think it was.
turned it into spaces. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. So the delta parameter in the process function refers to the frame length. The amount of time that the previous frame took to... Delt. Okay. Click
All right.
play scene and confirm you can move the player around.
We're ready.
Where's play scene? Is it up here?
I just hit F6.
F6.
I am moving my guy around. Hey.
He's only looking up.
We only had, that's all he does.
He's not doing the sideways thing. Because we have two animation
You're right.
sequences. I wonder if we're going to do that later.
Oh, you're right. Oh, I didn't even realize that, but you're totally right. Huh.
There's like screen tearing. Like the frame rate is not great on this. Is it me or like are you having the same thing?
It doesn't look bad to me. No,
It looks kind of jumpy to me.
this looks okay to me. I mean, yours looks jumpy to me, but also it's on a screen share, so I can't tell.
Yeah, it's hard for me to tell, really.
Mine seems okay, or maybe I'm just not as discerning. I don't know. All right, do we want to mess with some of these rules?
Uh, yeah, I'm gonna. How do you comment stuff out? The hashtag? I'm gonna comment out if velocity length greater than 0, velocity normalized.
So I just got rid of that one, the velocity equals velocity normalized, and I can't move anymore.
Oh. Is there a shortcut for commenting things?
I mean, I just put the
Toggle
hashtag.
comment, Control K. There you go.
Oh,
So
nice.
then I do F6. Oh, I can't move now. Oh, look at it. It is moving. Do you see my guy?
It's so slow. I'm doing the same thing. He's
So actually, I think I was assuming the inverse. So like really, it like slows down when you're putting in multiple. Well, actually, no, it doesn't matter. You could just do one.
Even on its own, it's incredibly slow.
I don't understand that.
I don't either, but I like it.
So wait, what if I change this to 400? Right, let's just do 400 for velocity Y. I'm just gonna do for Y. So F6. Yeah. Okay.
So wait, what happened there? What did you do?
So now I'm going the speed of 400. So
Oh.
the normalization is if like right if you're doing velocity X and velocity Y, you're going to have
Yes.
velocity of 2 and then it's changing it to 400. But if you did 400 for all these without velocity normalized, I bet you this is going to go super fast. Let's try.
Yeah, do it. Or you could do 1 times speed for each of those.
Actually,
Yeah. No, the diagonal is way faster. Or,
oh, it is.
I think so, right?
It's hard to tell.
Uh,
So if I go diagonal,
yeah.
I guess it is faster.
Yeah.
Yeah, slightly. I think in a lot of games this is normal though. Like it feels like a little more normal.
You know what? Yeah. Yeah, you're probably right. They just don't fix that.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to grab another beer. I'll be back.
All right.
Oh. All right. Went upstairs. But Maggie is sleeping on one couch and Denise is sleeping on the other. It's great. Yeah.
Spending a lot of time on the bed today.
Right. That's great.
Oh, and Buddy's like shedding like crazy. It's
Yeah.
insane. Like there's so much fur everywhere.
Which is weird. Like I usually think of that as a summer thing, but maybe not.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right. So where do we leave off? We're on to
We're after the warning.
choosing animations.
Yeah.
And that's what you were talking about.
Now the player can move, but we need to change which animation is playing based on this direction. We have the walk animation. Oh. Flip vertically with flip V to downward movement.
So if velocity X So exclamation point is not equal. So not equal to 0. Animated sprite dot animation is walk. Okay. Animated sprite, but flip the horizontal equals velocity dot x is less than 0. Huh. I don't know that I totally understand why they did it that way.
Why did this not tab correctly?
Could we have, and it would probably be less efficient, could we write if velocity dot x greater than 0, animated sprite dot animation equals walk, animated sprite dot flip v equals false, animated sprite dot flip h equals false, and then make another one that says if it's less than 0, you know what I mean? Make 4 of those. It'd be less efficient, but do you think that would work?
I think. Well, I'm trying to understand what the flip v false is. Is it saying that basically
Don't flip the vertical, right, on the sprite, I'm assuming?
Like, don't allow it to flip if you're going horizontally? Is that what that means? I think I'm just going to try it to see what happens.
Yes, because you never want it to flip vertically. Oh. What?
Yeah, so if you're going like up and left or down and left, you're just walking. But if you're going straight down, you're doing.
Why would you want this?
I don't know. Like it doesn't make a lot of sense actually.
No, like from a character and world perspective, why is he swimming down but walking diagonally?
I'm gonna get rid of the flip B false and see what happens. So if I do flip B, if I remove flip B false.
Whoa.
Oh, now he walks horizontally upside down, which is kind of weird too.
Huh.
Yeah, I don't like that either.
I'm going to try and type it my own way. I want to see if this works.
If velocity does not equal 0, it's going to walk. The x is not 0. Have him walk.
Like I'm going to make four different states. Oh, but it, will that? I don't know. I'm going to try it. If velocity y is greater than or 0. What's the other? Oh, it's called up, right? The animation. False. Flip horizontal. False.
Velocity.
If it's less than 0, flip vertical true. All right. Let me see how this goes. Whoa, that didn't work. Oh, it did. I just did it backwards for the Y. Oh, weird. So the way I did it almost worked. I'm going to watch yours and see what yours does. See, I don't know that yours is like way better either, though.
No.
It's so weird.
The one thing I want to get it to do is to go upside down and
Diagonal?
then look left and right.
Yeah.
So if it's X, it's going to go and do the walk. So Boolean assign. Wait, okay. So if velocity x is less than 0, animated sprite flip h equals true.
So that velocity.x less than 0 right there in that line, if that's 1, like if velocity.x is less than 0, it returns a true or a 1, and then it'll flip the horizontal. Is that what that's doing right there?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. And then if it's greater, it just stays in its normal animation.
Right.
But it's also saying that if you're walking, because X is being used, then you're
Right.
not going to flip V.
Right.
And it's going to like write itself. If it was flipped, it's going to stop allowing that. So then when I took that off, so yeah, this does do what I was thinking. Okay.
Except,
You know what's interesting?
Go ahead. Go straight down. Okay.
This is straight.
Yeah.
And then watch what happens when I do diagonal.
Whoa! It doesn't write.
Isn't that weird?
It doesn't write itself.
It doesn't write itself now.
Yeah.
So I wonder how you could get it to write itself if you were doing like diagonal.
Well, if you did. Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying. What if you did animated sprite dot flip v equals velocity x? You know, what if you did something like that up there? Because you commented out the flip v false, right?
Yeah.
Do you want to keep that? Maybe you keep. Yeah. Okay. I gotta think about it. But it's what I'm wondering is if you
put in.
Yeah, some kind of a conditional thing. I'm not sure. I've lost my train of thought here, and I'm not sure what it is. But like a dot y thing here, would that
It'd be velocity y. Is
because
less than
negative is up, I think.
Less than 0.
I think.
Let's try it. It's reversed. Okay, let's try greater then.
Oh, yeah, maybe that's it.
I think it might be reversed. Yeah. Mhm.
Nope. Yeah.
Yeah, that worked.
Hey,
Yeah,
our first debug.
I like that movement.
Yeah,
It's not bad.
bug resolved. Um,
Cool. I'll leave that in there.
so I did a totally different thing that is very wasteful on code. Like it's twice as
What,
long.
what did you do?
Um,
Do you want to share your screen maybe?
sure.
Or is that
Um,
going to mess up the...
it'll mess it up, but who cares? Uh, I did it because this is how I think I would have tried to solve this if I was inventing it. You know, like, and I'm trying to imagine like what would I do if I didn't have this code to steal. And I feel like
Yep.
this I would be wasteful, and I would do all four of the states up, down, left, right. You know.
Mhm.
Um, but it does a peculiar thing that I would not have predicted, which is that it doesn't animate in certain situations, which is weird. Um, so as you can see, I just did like every one of these is, you know, play the right animation, don't flip it if it's going up, blah blah blah, right? So here's the result though. Like it seems okay on the Cardinals, right? But then I go diagonal and he doesn't animate.
Hold on, your screen isn't animating for me, or it's not like
Oh, weird.
updating.
Uh,
Uh,
is that a me or a you?
it might be me.
Hmm.
Am I still sharing mine? Let me stop streaming mine. Maybe that'll help. I didn't realize we could both be streaming.
It's actually kind of neat if it would work.
That is pretty cool. Yeah, it's struggling right now.
All right.
Your stream currently has reduced quality from network conditions.
Well, I mean, the thing to know is that when it goes diagonal, it positions itself correctly. Like it does what I want, but it never moves to frame 2. It just is stuck on frame 1. And I'm not totally sure why.
Can you want to pop your code in the chat?
Sure.
I'd like to try it out.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna stop streaming. If you want to stream again.
Yeah. Green one.
How do I get to the chat? Oh, here it is. All right, you got it?
Yeah, I'm just gonna comment the shit out. Grab yours. Nope. Damn it. Chat. Oh, I can't. Velocity. Oh, we still need position.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's all pasted with spaces.
All you
Oh,
have to do is save it.
Just save it.
So
Yes.
just Control S and it fixes it.
That's
Great.
awesome.
6.
Yeah, see the diagonals don't animate? It's weird.
Why would that be?
Oh. Because otherwise it works fine. If they just animated.
Velocity Y.
Is it because it just like it's like just keeps getting set to that animation over and over, so it's always on the 1 or something? I still don't totally understand why that would be, but
Maybe? I don't understand how that could be though.
yeah.
I'm just wondering if like it gets caught in like one of the ifs and it doesn't get to the next one.
Hmm.
If I'm gonna try one thing with yours. So if you do an else if. No, it doesn't. It still doesn't evaluate the. Huh, that's weird. Yeah, I'm not sure I understand why that is not working.
I mean, it's worse code anyways because it's longer, but as we go forward, we're going to be trying to solve our own problems or come up with our own things, and I feel like this is what I would have done, and I would have been very confused as to why it didn't work. Oh well. All right, we can keep going. I'll paste the better code.
Back to the tutorial. So it's telling you that there's another way to do the assignment. So if velocity x is less than 0, if you can have the flip be in its own like if statement, and then you could have the animation in its own if statement.
Is that what this alternative kind of is here?
I don't know, because it's only showing the flip, so it looks like that could be like a separate thing.
Right.
I'm just gonna try it, see what happens. I don't want to spend too much time on it, but tab. So then if I do that, I
get
gotta
to get rid of
the flips.
Right.
Okay.
And then 47. Yeah. Interesting. When you highlight one, it finds one that's similar and highlights that one too. You notice that?
That is pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not flipping up and down, but you didn't do that though.
I just did flip H. Yeah.
So
okay. So that actually works though. So it walks and then it does the.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. So let's do.
Same thing.
Separate if statement.
Yeah, it's backwards.
I'm always gonna. That's really gonna be a lot of trial and error for me until I get used to it. And actually, that does kind of what I was expecting it to do. That's pretty elegant. That way.
Yeah.
I like it because it's more discreet. Like everything is kind of called out specifically.
Right.
But I'm gonna leave it that way for now.
Hey, could you? Oh no. Okay, never mind.
What?
I was looking at if and else, and I was like, oh, what? Could we just do else on the other one too, the velocity? And I was like, no, wait, you can't, because it has another condition. Yeah.
Yeah, these are kind of like the either ors, right?
Right. Well, because the flipping, it's either going to be one or the other, whereas the animation, there are going to be times where you want it to do nothing.
Yes. Yep.
And
that's true.
There's no way. I guess the default state is just don't animate, right?
Yeah, if there's no velocity, then there's no animation.
Did we ever?
If velocity is 0, then there's no walk or up.
Did we tell it that, or is that just what it assumes?
We didn't assign any animation.
Right.
Actually, that's a good question though.
Because like it doesn't
Yeah.
carry over its previous.
Because I want to say before we added this code
Right.
that it did animate, but let's just see.
Wait a minute.
Wait, that doesn't seem right.
How is it doing?
Do I have to-
You don't even need the code.
I'm at F6. Oh, because it's just using one animation, so it still
And-
knows to use an animation.
Well, and line 25 is it says if velocity is greater than 0, play.
Yeah, but it's like picking one of the two animations by default. I don't know
Probably
how
the
it knows.
first one? Yeah, I don't know. Because that's where it says the else stop.
Yeah.
So that's where it says like, all right, then don't do it anymore.
So where's the where was that animation? Where did we get to the animation?
Animated sprite. It's on the bottom there.
So up is
up.
the first thing here. What if I move this down? Can I move this down?
Yeah, how does it know which one to do? And there's no like default toggle, right?
Yeah, I just wanted to see if I could move it somehow.
Is it on the sidebar somewhere? I'm looking and don't see it. Oh, animation up. Is that the... Wait a minute. Look on the sidebar on the right. And at the top it says animation up. Does that set the default?
Oh, so it has to have a value. It's either or, and this is the what gets set out of the gate, right? So when you
Okay.
start the scene, it's going to be either up or walk, and then the very like you can change it in the code. So if I hit F6 now, it should always be going sideways. Yep.
And he flips, but that's fine.
Yeah,
Whereas
because the code's still there.
switch it back to the up one. It'll be back to up once you close this and redo it.
Yep. It should. F6. Yep.
That makes a lot of sense. Okay.
That's cool.
Yeah,
I like that.
That's good.
Back to the code. All right.
All right.
Back in.
When you're sure the movement is working correctly, add this to line ready so the player will be hidden when the game starts. We're going to hide the player? Where's ready? What the hell is it talking about?
Ready. Ready's up top.
Oh, I see it. Why are we hiding him?
I don't know.
All right. I'm going to try it. F6.
Yeah. What does it do?
He's gone. What are we doing?
Is it because we're going to do a menu screen or something?
I guess.
And we're just going to hide it?
That's a weird way to do that.
It's always going to be there.
Yeah.
We want player to detect when it's hit by an enemy, but we haven't made enemies yet.
Signal. The signal function. Extends area 2D signal. What does signal mean?
Custom signal called hit that we will have our player emit when collides with enemy.
Signals.
Let's see a list of signals the player can emit. Wait, so
I'm looking at this list right now. I inspected area 2D in the code, and I found the area called signals. And there's a bunch. I don't know. Area entered, area exited, area shape entered. Huh. Okay. So signals are like. Can I tell you how to get where I am? Do you want to see it?
Oh, I think I see it now.
Do you have it? Oh, I'm in a different.
Uh,
I don't. I'm not where you are. I'm looking at you now. But that's okay though. It's funny. You're seeing similar things to I am. I'm in like the help area for this.
oh, I see. You're looking at the documentation.
Right. But that's okay. Because what I'm noticing is I think what you're seeing there, which is like this is almost like a sensor. It sounds like like if another shape enters this shape's area, trigger like to turn this value to 1. Like I assume that's what this will do somehow.
Yeah, it's the collision detection. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so then we're gonna hit on rigid body 2D nodes. We want the body entered body node. Oh, and you can mouse over it. Gives you more information too.
All right. So I don't know where you are though. Animated sprite.
You see, you're gonna click on the
Node.
player actually,
Oh, player, and then go to node.
and then go to node. Yep.
Okay.
And then it's signals.
This is interesting.
Signal would be emitted when a body contacts the player. Click connect, and the connect a signal window appears. Connect a signal window appears. We don't need to change any of the settings, so click connect again. So we're connecting it to the player. So
It just added code for us.
yeah,
Like-
I wonder if that's all it did.
Could we have done that ourselves?
Yeah, could we have done that ourselves? It has the little green thing next to it.
Whoa. Like a little door.
There's a-
Like, yeah.
Connections to method.
Oh. But
I
like,
don't know what that.
I wonder if had we typed that ourselves, if the little green would have showed up anyway. I'm gonna try it. Like just below it, I'm gonna type in func
Yeah.
underscore on underscore play. I'm literally just copying what it says. No, it didn't. No little green door. Although, I typed it in and then there's an error and it says you already have that on this in this code.
I screwed up. I got rid of it by accident.
I think you could type it. I bet you could. Oh, weird. Do you see the next to the player node in the scene? It has like a little Wi-Fi signal now,
Oh, okay.
and it has one signal.
So it takes you directly to the signals sidebar.
Okay.
So the connections are all seen under the signal.
All right.
Go to method. Go to method. How do I go to method? Come on. I thought it was going to take me to the code. I thought that would have been pretty cool. It didn't do it. That's weird.
Huh.
Okay, so on player body entered body, we're going to emit the signal of hit. And the player is going to disappear after being hit. So we're going to hide him as well.
Oh, I deleted the code, all of it, by accident.
Oh.
I hit the little red get rid of the code button. I didn't know what that was doing. I got it back.
Hide. Fix the stupid tabs. Okay.
All right, so
Each time an enemy hits the player.
function on player body entered body. We already have that. Okay, hide. So we'll get rid of. Okay, so like he dies.
Player's gonna disappear. Yeah. The emit signal was hit. Collision deferred. So what is that collision 2D shape set deferred?
Disable true. What the hell? What the hell is that?
Wait. Set deferred, disabled, true.
What?
Set disabled. Set deferred. Assign a new value to the given property after the current frame's physics step. So it's turning collision off with the player.
All right.
And it's happening like right after it gets hit. So I don't know if that's like one frame.
And it's making disabled true. Is that what it's doing? Deferred collision shape. Okay.
Disabled to true.
Oh.
Okay.
So in the inspector for collision shape 2D, it has property disabled and it's false, which would make sense.
Yep.
But
we're deferring that
it's,
setting.
Right. Okay. So set deferred just means we're changing a property after the physics step. So after that step.
Yes, as opposed to just immediately set disabled.
Right.
Which I don't like. I'd be curious to see what the difference is in how it behaves, like one versus the other, if it's deferred or if it's not deferred.
So the alternative is just saying collision shape 2D dot set.
Collision shape 2D set disabled.
Right.
And then you would just change it in parentheses true.
Oh.
That's what you would do. It's confusing because the way they do it, when they do set deferred, you're putting disabled in quotes, but I don't think you would normally do that. So like set deferred is like a function in a function. Or disabled is a function in a function.
Now,
Each time an enemy hits the player.
But we could. All right.
See,
yeah.
if you read on to the note, it kind of explains why we're using set deferred as opposed to immediately.
Okay. It'll get confused somehow, like because it's detecting it and then not at the same time or something.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess so. The last piece is to add a function.
So start. Position. Yeah, position. Where are we putting this?
At the bottom, like below.
Because it's another function. It doesn't really matter, right? It could be before or after.
It makes sense that it would be more up top because this is what happens when you start.
Right, but I guess it.
Is that it gets shown?
I guess it doesn't matter.
I don't think it matters. Yeah.
So now we'll be
Now it's
back,
time.
right? Now, even though we disappeared before, now we should return again.
I don't know.
Oh no, we're
I
not.
don't think so.
Huh.
Not until we call that function, right? We're not calling that function anywhere.
At the start. Now, why is what's going on with start and then parentheses POS there? What does that mean? So the function is start, right? So why is POS in parentheses? What does that mean?
That's a good question. How come I can't look up start? Oh yeah, we can't.
On player body entered. Do this other thing. The other functions are process, which is just like all the time, right? Ready. Huh. Yeah, what's the difference between ready and start?
I'm not like more documentation on what start does.
Yeah. Huh.
Evaluate.
Alright, I mean, we gotta make some enemies next. And then still a lot to go.
We're kind of going slow. We're like trying stuff.
We're trying to actually like understand it.
Yes. So start may be the start of the game. So if I do F6, let's just put this to bed. Right, yeah, so he's not showing up. So that function needs to be called or something.
Huh.
All right. All right, enemy scene. We'll create a mob. Click scene, new scene, add the following nodes.
All right, mouse spawn randomly.
Wait, new scene. New scene.
And what kind are we making?
Rigid body 2D. So that's other node.
Oh, whoops. Wait a minute.
Rigid body 2D, yep. And add the following nodes, okay. So we're doing animated sprite.
Where'd you find the rigid body 2D again? Oh, other node? Yeah, there it is. Okay.
Yeah, other node.
I got him. Now, how do I get back to my other scene if I wanted to?
It's a great question.
Is it just from the down on the bottom?
Oh, it's tabs up top in the like the viewport.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wonder if there's another way to get to it though.
Well, and you have the Explorer like little on the bottom left with the folders. I wonder if you could like double click the player one and it'll come back.
Well, you probably could. You probably click on TSCN.
Right.
That file and it'll open it up or go to it.
Right.
All right. So collision shape 2D. Collision shape 2D.
And then we need Yeah, animated sprite.
Visibility notifier. Visibility notifier 2D. There's so many things to. Okay. Don't forget to set the children so they can't be selected.
Visibility
All right.
enabler.
In the rigid body too.
All right.
Gravity
Gravity
scale.
scale.
0.
Oh shoot! I made. Man, I did the wrong thing. It's all right. Easy to fix. Okay. In rigid body 2D, gravity scale to 0 currently is 1. Okay. Physics 2D section click mask.
Not intuitive at all.
Mask?
Physics body 2D, and then unclick the first box.
Is that the collision thing?
Yeah. I just don't understand what those boxes are representing. Oh, it's layer 1, so it's not going to collide with anything in layer 1. Yeah.
So now it's
Okay.
not. It's not on any layers now.
Well, it's on layer 1, but it's not going to collide with anything else on layer 1, I think.
Oh, yeah, because okay, mask is being clicked.
Yeah, we're not touching layer 1.
Got it.
We're
I-
touching the mask.
Yeah, I did the opposite first by accident. All right.
Set up the animated sprite like you did for the player. Fly, swim, and walk. Okay, we need to get all those animations in, so we're gonna animated sprite,
Fly.
frames, sprite frames,
Swim. Walk. Walking, okay. Swimming and flying. All right. That's weird. The flying animation looks very odd. All right.
just the speed FPS to 3 for all animations. Oh, right now they're 5.
Where do you? Oh, yes. Okay. I see it.
They're going to be more kind of slower.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Set the playing property in the inspector to on. Okay. He's moving. I like it. Yeah. I like that we can see him moving there. That's good.
I'll select one of these animations randomly so that the mobs will have some variety. Oh, that's cool.
Now, how does it... Wait, how does it do that?
It's probably in the code we're going to have to do, right? Like the player images, these mob images need to be scaled down. Let's get the scale property to 0.75.
Okay.
Animated sprite scale is under transform,
Yes.
and it's 0.75.
Okay. As in the player scene, add the capsule shape 2D for collision, align the shape, need to rotate it. All right, let's see if I can just figure this out. Shape,
Yes, in the
capsule.
player's scene, add a capsule shape 2D for the collision. Where did we put that though? Was that in
Yep, you're in the right spot.
collision shape 2D?
Yep.
And then shape. Oh, okay.
Yeah, you
In
got
capsule
it.
shape 2D. And then we just set it.
Yeah. Now, Oh, you can rotate it though.
Oh, you can rotate it?
Yeah, I guess you don't really have to though, right?
No, you. Well, I mean, I could do it like. No, actually,
You do
I
have
want to
to.
rotate it.
It's in transform on the right. You may have also been able to do it the way you were just about to. I don't know.
Rotate mode. Okay.
Whoa. Or you can just type it in
That.
now.
Yeah, no,
Type it in
that's
90.
gross. Okay, come on.
That's still kind of cool though. It gives you both, both ways to do it.
Okay.
Now, what about the other animations? You can't make different collision shapes for other animations, right?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Um, what if I had
I wonder if you.
yeah,
I wonder if you can modify the collision shape
yeah. Because what if,
in the code.
yeah, you
Yeah.
totally could because remember we figured out how to do the what was
Yeah.
it, set deferred, but you could just do set and then say position whatever, right? Like you can just modify those values
Yeah.
from the code.
It would probably be pretty tough though if you were not using
The
a
same,
capsule, or like if you're using some kind of like crazy shape,
right?
because then you'd have to like really like reprogram that shape in code.
Right.
But you could do by trial and error, right?
You could
Like
do
you could
it,
set it here and
or
then take all the variables.
right, and write it on a piece of paper and then go back and yeah.
There might even be a way to take this and like dump it into code. Like I wonder if there's a way to like take all these properties out
Right.
or these values.
That would be nice.
Load to scene. No. Okay. All right. So
All right.
save. I will save the scene.
Uh,
Oh, save scene as.
I just did the same thing. I was like, oh.
It's like, what the fuck is this? So I'm
How
gonna
do
put
I
him in
get-
mob.
Oh yeah. And then, I never renamed it. I'm renaming
It's
it now.
just rigid
Yeah.
body.
I just renamed it.
A rigid body.
Yeah. Save. Okay.
Oh, I never renamed him here.
Right. That's what I just did that before I saved it.
Oh, okay. Mob. Cool.
All right.
Save the scene.
Add
We're gonna do some
script.
script on this motherfucker.
You know it.
Attach script. Oh, you can do it here too. Cool.
Wait, what'd you do? You did it differently?
It's just there's a little button
Oh yeah.
which is easier, but you can right click and attach script.
Oh, okay. Makes sense. Create. Paste. So minimum speed. What was the difference between variable and export variable? Oh, export makes it a something you can change in the
Puts
inspector.
it into the inspector. Yeah.
Okay.
We'll pick a random value between min speed and max speed. Now let's look at the rest of the script. We're gonna put something in ready.
I like this this little aside in the parentheses. It's like it would be boring if they were all moving the same speed. As if this game is going to be like really thrilling because they move at random speeds.
Really telling you how to think about game design.
Right. Yeah, don't be predictable. All right. So,
Randy.
oh my God, what is it doing here? There's a percentage sign? What does that mean?
Is that a modulo or something?
What's
I don't know
happening
what
here?
that is.
All right. And there's a the brackets. Okay, there's some new stuff here. Mob underscore types. But we hadn't defined the idea of types yet, right? Mob types. We're defining, we're saying here's the variable mob types.
Yeah. Yeah, we're declaring the variable and we're giving it a value at the
Of
same time.
get animation names. Okay. Oh, Randy is the random.
So Randy is a function that selects a random integer.
From, yeah. What is dot size? I also don't know what the percentage sign does.
Nice.
I could really use like an Excel where it just tells you like what the different things you can include in a variable are, you know, like what are the different items.
Random. Yeah, it's confusing. I don't.
Randy. Maybe it explains it next. No.
So mob types is an array, and then random. Yeah.
So first we get a list of the names. So get animation names. And that pulls the names of all the animations. Okay. And that, all right. So the variable we defined is walk, swim, fly. Now we need to pick a random number between 0 and 2 because there's 3 of them. Yep. Okay. So size just returns the size of the array. So mob types dot size returns 2 because it's 0, 1, 2. Is that what's happening there?
Great. But they say 0, 1, and 2 are the 3. But just like what is the percent sign doing there? Is that like dividing it?
Why is it n minus 1? Oh, so mob type size returns 3 because it has a walk, swim, and fly. Right?
Random number generation. Random.
This is weird.
So it is a modulo operator. You want to use the modulo operator to bound the result between 0 and the denominator.
You're gonna have to help me with that, Blonsky. I don't know what that means. Module operator.
I gotta remember myself.
Okay. Yeah. No. I don't know.
It has something to do with division and like congruent modulo if they give the same remainder when divided by that number. What the hell? Modulo. I'm going on wiki. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
It has something to do with division and making sure that it's like divisible,
Okay.
maybe. find a random number that fits within the size of 3.
Okay.
I think that's what it's doing. So instead of just a random number that's like outside of the array, right?
Right.
If it's too big, then it's not going to return anything, or maybe it throws an error or something.
Yeah.
So I think the modulo mob type size is to keep it a random number within 0, 1, and 2.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Yeah, it makes some sense. I don't know that I would ever be like, oh, you know what I need to type in here is mod types Randy. You know, I don't know that I'll remember that. I guess we gotta keep like a little cheat sheet.
I went to the random number generation page for Godot,
Yeah.
and it almost always uses a modulo. So it seems like it's a fairly standard
Okay.
if you're going to use random number.
Right.
Since the maximum value is huge, you like what do you do? It bounds the result between 0 and the denominator. Yeah.
And now we could replace mob types dot size parentheses. We could just put a 3 there if we wanted, right?
Yes.
Because we know that's what it is. But then if we ever added an animation, we'd be screwed, right?
Or dynamic. Yep.
Right. Okay. I get it. Moving on.
We then need to pick a number between 0 and 2. One of the things. Okay, that was that.
We have
You
to
must randomize if you want the sequence of random numbers to be different every time you run the scene. In our main scenes, we won't need it here. Last piece is to make the mobs delete themselves when they leave the screen.
connect the screen exited signal of visibility notifier 2D node and add this code. Screen exited, is that what it was?
Yeah.
And add this code. It's just queue free, that's it? What does that mean?
Yeah, I guess so.
What is that? What is that? I can't look it up. I just did the same thing. It's just nothing.
Oh. That sucks.
It's a real letdown. I was really excited by that lookup thing.
Yeah, it's kind of spotty, huh?
Yeah. Queue free.
Open documentation. Visibility notifier 2D. So screen exited, emitted when the visibility notifier 2D enters or exits the screen.
Nothing about queue.
Nothing about Q free.
Nothing about queue
Okay, well,
free.
we'll let that one go for now, I think.
Google it, I guess. Queue free. Godot. First thing that comes up, what is the difference between queue free and remove child? Something about remove child. Doesn't sound good. And it sounds like it just deletes the node. I don't know why they didn't just call it delete node.
Using area 2D. Yeah, keeping a note for deletion.
Yeah, it sounds like it's potentially another another one of those cases where it waits till the end of the frame so that it doesn't cause any weird conflicts. That's what I'm finding, anyways. Like, there's other ways to remove a node, but then it might cause an issue.
Yeah, not thinking about it. Yeah, another command too. I think you could just free it, but yeah, the queue is kind of like a deferred or.
All right, put it in the queue. All right, we finished our mob. So all the mob
Hey.
does, all it does is move around, like random. Did we ever tell it to move, like spawn at a random spot? We never did,
I
right?
don't think so.
I guess that'll be in the scene, like the actual like main scene.
Maybe they just move in one direction and then just disappear. So they're just kind of like constantly moving in one direction. I don't know.
It's just interesting though, because I feel like all we've defined was their minimum and maximum speed and what animation they would have, and then when it leaves the screen, delete the node. That's all we said. We didn't say where it should be or how fast it should be going. Like, we didn't really say what direction. Like, none of that's in there, right?
But speed scale is 1, but I don't know what that means if you look at the inspector.
I see yours, yeah. But that's animation speed though.
Oh, you're right. That's just animate. So if you look at mob,
Right.
mass, weight,
None of that stuff's there.
min speed, and max speed, we know that.
Right.
But yeah, I don't think we've done that yet. I think
that'll come in like the main.
They said we're done, but it's not done
scene.
yet.
Yeah, well, like the little guy is done, but how he spawns is going to be defined by whatever the next scene we make is, I guess.
It's probably maybe the main scene creates instances of the mob or something.
Right.
And then sets them on a path. I don't know.
I bet you're right. I think that's probably what it's going to be.
Okay, so we're going to make a main scene.
Main
so
scene.
We're creating a new scene.
I'm sure you create a node, not a node 2D. Ooh. It's just called node. All I can see is node 2D.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that means. I see node. Oh, you just click on the parent.
Oh. Oh, you're right.
I guess.
That was easy. And we're titling it main.
Make sure you create a node. Yeah. Instance button. And select your save player. So you click the instance button.
What's the instance button? Oh, the link? What?
Oh, is that the instance?
So, yeah, so we just put player underneath main.
Okay.
God damn. All right. Add the following nodes as children of main. Timer, 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 position 2D.
Can you duplicate? Yes, you can.
Mob timer.
And then one more position 2D. So first timer is mob timer. Start timer. Start position.
You're exactly where I am. It's great.
Nice.
You're reading to me exactly what I needed. All right, set the wait time property of each of the timer nodes as following. Mob timer gets half, score timer is 1, start timer is 2.
Okay. That's 1. Start timer is 2.
2. In addition, set the one-shot property of start timer to on. So that means that meaning if true, the timer will stop when reaching 0. Right. Okay. Oh, whoops, I did the wrong one. Start timer gets to be one shot.
Position of the start position.
240, 450.
Position. 240, 450.
Was it 240,
Okay.
240 and 450?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's like right in the center, slightly
Right.
below middle.
Oh,
So
I
that's
see
where player's going to start, I guess, maybe? Okay, spawning mobs. The main node will be spawning new mobs, and we want them to appear at a random location at the edge of the screen. Add a path 2D node. So another node to main.
Yeah, path 2D. And we're naming it mob path. Intercaps.
Yep.
The main node will be spawning new mobs.
New buttons. Select the middle one and add point.
The green one?
Add point. Yeah.
Okay, where are we putting it?
And draw the path by clicking to add points at the corners shown.
Around all 4. Going in a... I see the animation there.
Oh, see. Further down. Okay. Is there a trick to doing this? Oh, use grid snap. Where's grid snap? Use grid snap.
Where's that?
It's in the top toolbar where the points are. Shit.
Oh, what am I doing? Undo all of this. That was terrible. Okay. New. There, and here. 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 Okay, I did one.
I understand why we're doing this.
Me neither.
Okay, so I created like a bounds basically.
And then click the close curve button. Okay.
Why does it say draw the path in clockwise order or your mobs will spawn pointing outwards instead of inwards? What does that mean? I get. Okay, I'm just gonna take that one for. I don't know. After placing point 4 in the image, click the close curve. Okay, I did that. Now the path is defined at a path follow 2D node.
As a child of mob path.
Oh, okay.
What was it? Path child 2D? Oh,
Path
follow 2D. Okay. Name it mob
Name it
spawn
mobs.
location. This node will automatically rotate and follow the path. Oh, so we're sending like a little thing running around that path?
So it's like on the outside though?
I don't know.
Or
It's gonna be a
oh
little
the
spawner
location. So yeah, the mob's gonna come out of
wherever that little guy
some
is on
edge
the
of the
path.
screen.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. We can use it to select the random position direction. Your scene should look like this.
Yep.
Yeah, it looks like that.
Yeah, it looks
I like it
that.
when they do that.
I also have that little lock still there though, and they don't.
What do you have?
You have it too. It's next to the eyeball on player. They don't have that anymore.
This thing?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I don't know.
All right.
I don't think I've saved the scene yet. I'm gonna save it.
I did.
Main, and it's gonna go in the main folder. No, actually, wait. Where is this gonna go?
I just left it in the root folder.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if that was right or not. All right, add a script to main. At the top of the script, we use export packed scene to allow us to choose the mob scene we want to instance. Why? What does that mean? So if I go back to main,
Mob. And it's empty.
yes, I just looked at this. What does packed scene mean?
I don't know. Can we look that up? Look up symbol. Pack scene. It's a class.
Hmm.
Simplified interface to a scene file provides access to operations and checks that can be performed on the scene resource itself. I don't know what that means.
I don't know. All right. Well.
Yeah.
It's just, I feel like it's not, I don't know. I wish this tutorial like taught a little more. I know it does a little bit.
Or it like linked out to something that explained
Right.
that specific thing a little bit more, you know?
Yeah. Top of the script, we use export packed scene to allow us to choose the mob scene we want to instance. All right, well, let's see what happens.
The main node.
Maybe we'll understand it as we go.
Yeah, the mob property is there. So now you can assign this property's value in two ways. You can drag the mob TSCN and drop it there, or you can click and select. Okay, I'm gonna load mob.
That's funny. Mine looks slightly different.
Really?
I have like a little, I mean, it looks like nothing, but I have like a little icon next to the, like, yeah, that right there. Like, see how it's blank to the right of the little, that little checker thing? Like the cut action thing. Mine looked like that. See how you're like, there it is. Okay, you got it.
Like refresh it first.
Yeah, I guess so. Although mine looks different, but whatever.
I mean, it's probably whatever I was last looking at it at.
Oh, you're probably right. It was whatever your zoom level was probably different than mine. All right. All right. What are we doing now?
Yeah, this is my zoom level. Okay. All right. Back to main.
Next, click the
So
player node in the scene dock. Player node.
and access the node dock on the sidebar.
I'm gonna watch you do this. I think I've done this.
This is the node thing over here.
Oh. So, I'm sure it's. I bet you we did the same thing, but instead of being in main, I went back to the player tab up at the top. But that doesn't mean I should have. You probably did it right. And then it should be the same thing though, right? Because it links to
I
it.
think. That's a good question. Yeah, no, it is the same thing, right? Because I'm looking at player and I still see the connection and everything.
I'm gonna do what you did anyways, though it's definitely like cleaner and it's where we want to be.
Player node. You should see a list of the signals for the player node.
Yep, I see the hit signal.
Find and double click the hit signal.
Make a new function called game over. How do we do that? What does that mean?
So I think we want to just connect it and then we.
Oh, and then we paste this stuff.
So wait, is it at sub under on player hit?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Makes sense.
I have an error. Yeah, I have the same thing.
I think it didn't indent correctly. I think you got to indent everything.
I did. I still have the same error. All right, which will handle type game over in the receiver method box at the bottom of the signal. Okay, I don't know that I did that. Did I? Okay, I didn't hit connect the right way.
Oh, then I didn't either.
I don't think.
Function on player hit.
And I want to type in game over on receiver method.
Disconnect.
Oh. Weird.
Double click the hit signal.
Yeah, so where it says on player hit, you want to type in game underscore over. This is very odd to me.
Yeah, this doesn't. It's not intuitive at all. and we're connecting it to main, or are we?
I believe so. So notice now it says function game over. It doesn't say function hit or whatever, right? Isn't that what it said before?
Yeah.
So why are we using the hit sensor or whatever? I forget what those are called.
Well, because game over happens when you have a hit, but.
But then, yeah.
So game over is score timer stop, mob timer stop, new game score. So new game is not connected though right now.
I don't think so.
Hold on. Type game over in the receiver method box, bottom of single connection, connect. Add the following code to the new function as well as a new game function that will set everything up for new game. I guess it's just like that. I don't know. Now connect the timeout signal of each of the timer nodes to the main script.
Why are we doing this? What is this for?
Connect the timeout signal of each of the timer nodes
Okay.
to the main
So
script.
score. I guess we're getting score just by lasting, right?
Okay.
Because score just goes up.
Over time.
I think, right? So like the
Yeah.
longer you last, the more score you have.
Timeout signal. So that's going to connect to the main. Okay. All right. Keep doing this.
So I've got 3 little timeout things now.
Yeah. And then start timer timeout has 2 things under it.
Mob timer. So the start timer waits 1 second. I assume that's second, right? Yeah, wait time in seconds. It waits 1 second. And then what does it do?
Wait, what waits 1 second?
The score. Wait, start timer. Sorry, start timer waits 2 seconds. So after 2 seconds, is that what that means? Like the timer goes, it waits 2 seconds, and then it will trigger mob timer and score timer?
You get ahead of me? I don't know where you're looking.
No, it's what you're saying. The start timer timeout.
Yeah.
I just looked at the start timer inspector, and the start timer inspector says wait time 2 seconds.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. We set those values. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
So is that what that is? So that means that after 2 seconds, the other 2 timers will start. Is that what that means?
So each time 2 seconds passes, this function gets called.
Except that start timer is a one shot. So it only
Start timer happens at the beginning of the game. Score timer is going to run every 1 second, and it's going to increment score by 1 every 1 second.
Right.
And then mob timer is going to do a whole bunch of stuff, I guess.
It's going to be the spawner, probably, right?
Yeah. Yeah, how often they show up, and then where they show up. That's probably all going to be in there.
Yeah.
What direction they're in.
Look at this. It's a long one. I just looked. It's long.
Okay,
It's got a lot
so
of comments.
on mob timer, we will create a mob instance, pick a random location, and set the mob in motion. Yep, so they're all going to come from outside of like at the edges of the screen. That makes sense now.
It's that weird tracker thing that we made.
Yep. Path follow a 2D node will automatically rotate as it follows the path, so we will use that. Wait, what is this note? Note that a new instance must be added to the scene using add child. Oh, okay, it's one of the things in there. All right.
All right, we should look through this one.
Yeah.
All right, choose a random location on path 2D.
So a random number.
mob
So it's
path.
offsetting.
You know, what does that mean? To offset it. Spawn location.
Yeah, what is it? Mob path slash mob spawn location.
Well, because the parent
Oh,
is
because
mob pat, right?
it's a child of it.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, so the location is going to have an offset of a random number. So it sounds like on that path, there's, is it like pixels? Like what is the value? Like
Or
referencing?
is it X and Y?
I don't think it's X and Y because it's just the path, right? So it's going to show up along the path at some value, and Randy is going to be a random number.
Could be like a percentage of the path. I don't know.
Maybe, yeah, maybe it's a percentage. I don't know how
Yeah.
that translates.
Right. And then it says create a mob instance and add it to the scene. So variable mob is mob.instance.
Yep. So it's going to add a child of. It's going to add a child to what though? To the main scene, or to the score?
Probably
To the
the
mob
main.
timer.
Probably the main, right?
Yeah. Is that like?
I would
Yeah.
think main. Because player is a child of main, and it's not saying anything else, right?
That's true.
So I would
That
think
is that is the scene. Yeah.
right.
Okay. Everything else is just a node, so it's got to add it to this scene. Yeah. Set the mob's direction perpendicular to the path direction.
I have a
That's
question.
interesting.
I have a question first.
Yeah.
Why declare the variable mob? Oh, because we're gonna do mob position. Okay, I think I understand.
Yeah.
Okay, because they're gonna mess with it later. Because I was wondering, could you just say add child parentheses mob dot instance? And probably, right?
I think you probably could. It's probably just shorthand, right? Yeah.
Well, yes, but then later, like mob position, you wouldn't be able to modify it if you didn't already make it a variable, right?
Yeah.
And
Could.
rotation and linear velocity. I assume that's why.
Yeah, I wonder.
Yeah,
Yeah, I wonder if you couldn't, or if it's just cleaner to do it this way.
right. Okay.
Mob.
Why?
So what's pi? Why pi and functions requiring angles? They're using radians, not degrees. If you're comfortable working with degrees, pi divided by 2.
Jesus. Mob position. Hmm. So set the mob's direction perpendicular to the path.
Randomness. So, yeah, I don't understand the perpendicular. Why perpendicular? So it's always going to be perpendicular to whatever the line is.
Right.
But then, how does it know that it's going to be facing inwards versus outwards? I don't know if I understand that. I guess it always is going to be rotating in one direction. Yeah.
It's just like positive versus
Positive.
negative.
Yeah. Okay.
And if we drew it in the opposite way, like if we went counterclockwise, we could just throw some negatives in here somewhere, and it'd be okay.
So this is okay. So this is giving that value to the direction variable, but it's not using the direction variable yet. it's also modifying the direction variable to add a random range. And then it's saying mob rotation equals direction. So okay, I think I kind of get that. So there's mob position, and there's mob rotation, and then there's velocity. Those are the things that we're setting, really.
Right. Yeah, I feel like then, like the negative pi over 4 comma pi over 4, I would want to like fool with that to understand what
Yeah, I don't understand the math on that
Yeah.
currently. Divided by 4. So if you're taking pi divided by 4, you're going to be going... So pi divided by 2 is going to take you perpendicular. So pi divided by 4 is going to take you in 45-degree increments.
I guess.
So it could be... So what is rand range? Does that mean it could be anywhere between?
Between negative and positive there?
Negative and positive 45 degrees from perpendicular? I think so. I bet you it's probably going to be like diagonally off of the... but it could be anywhere between diagonally 45 degrees off.
It makes sense. I can never imagine myself coming up with this.
No, we would definitely be thinking about this differently.
Yeah.
We'd even like just put like a list and be like, pick from this list.
Yes.
Of directions.
And it'd be fine. It would be a mess, but it'd be fine.
Mob linear velocity vector 2. Oh God, I don't know.
The nested parentheses.
So
I forgot what vector 2 was. Oh, it's the two coordinates, the two variables of like where it is going, right?
Yes. And it's using the two variables that we set on the mob, min speed and max speed,
right,
as their range.
Random. So it's picking between those.
Yeah.
And then 0. Why is 0?
Because it's just going...
X.
It's just going in a Y... Or no, wait. It's just going in an X direction?
But is that because like it turns with the path? So it never has to go Y? Like, is X relative to the direction it's going?
Yeah, I don't know.
How close are we? Are we almost done?
Yeah, I think we are.
We're close. We didn't do the HUD yet, but...
Well, we're going to test the scene right now, so let's
do it.
With that.
Let's do it.
Let's test the scene and make sure, add this to ready. Randomize a new game.
I already had randomize.
Yeah. So we're just adding new game.
And then we go.
So this is where we're calling the new game function. Okay.
It says also, let's assign... Oh, I have a tab issue. Oh, no, it's fixed. I hit start, and it's working. Oh, my God.
Let's also assign...
Oh, I think it crashed.
Press the play button and select main TSCN when processed. Let's also assign main as our main scene. How do you do that?
I don't know. I have my first crash, though. Try playing it.
Okay.
I don't know why, but it keeps crashing.
No main scene has ever been defined. Select one. You can change it later in project settings.
How'd you do this? I never did this. Let's also say main is. Oh, you got to go to project settings.
I don't know. Is there an easier way to do it? One that runs automatically when the game launches. How do you make it main?
The play button.
Object properties. What's the trick to make it main? Do you have to go to project settings?
No, well, I don't know. I didn't see anything in there. Maybe it is, but. Oh, it does say main scene. Okay.
Where are you seeing that?
In project settings, right at the top.
Oh.
Oh. Scroll up on the left bar there. Yeah. Application? Or config? Oh shit, where was I? Let me look. Project settings.
Run main
Oh,
scene.
run. Yeah.
Okay.
So
That's interesting.
mine crashes every time I do it. You gotta try running it.
Okay. It seems like it's running fine.
Yeah, you got further than I did. I mean, mine would play, but then it would crash. Yeah, make sure you're safe. Stay safe for a little bit. Yeah, yours is doing great.
Wow. Yeah, I wonder why you're crashing.
So it's not even really crashing. It's just going to the background. Like the window goes. Yeah, it goes behind. What the hell? Oh, debugger. I do have an error. The argument body is never used in the function on player body entered. Shit, what did I do wrong?
Remember when you were trying to put it in without connecting it?
Did I do that?
Maybe you left it unconnected somehow?
I don't remember. The argument body is never used in the function on player body entered. Where was that?
Yeah, mine has the little green guy. It's under player script.
Okay.
Function on player body entered.
Yeah, I have that.
And it's connected.
Yeah, it looks the same as yours.
Then I don't.
Click your little green thing for me. Mine just says player body entered player.
Yep, mine does too.
Yeah, the fuck's wrong? What doesn't it like? The main argument.
Does it mention that anywhere else on player body? No. And you have a connection for a hit is game over.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what I did different then.
Huh. This is nice though. The little error code shows you exactly where the line of code, it tells you exactly where the problem is. I didn't notice that at first, but it does. It says player.gd line 42. It tells you exactly where the issue is, which is good.
So what does it say on line 42? Is that just where?
It's the one you just showed me, and it looks, I think, the same as yours. Function underscore on underscore player underscore body underscore entered parentheses body hide. Yeah, it's the same. I'm looking at yours and looking at mine. I'm not seeing any.
Signal hit.
I mean, I copy and pasted.
Yeah, and start is separate from that, right? It's not
Yeah.
sub.
No.
Yeah.
The argument body is never used in the function on player body entered. If this is intended...
Mine doesn't have body in here either.
Yeah. It says, if this is intended, prefix it with an underscore body.
Where else does body get referenced? Anywhere?
Can we do a find?
Yeah, like a global find.
Yeah.
Seen in any of the code. I don't remember like assigning it to anything in the inspector.
Huh. Weird. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure what's up with that.
No.
I don't know. I think we still have a lot to go.
Yeah. Really.
Yeah. All right. You want to call it here because I'm having this issue, and we can come back to it.
Yeah, we can call it.
All right. That's a good start.
Yeah, definitely. Let me. I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna see if I can commit this to my Git.
Yeah. Then if I can download it, mine won't crash.
Yeah, yeah. You could just work off of the same one.
Yeah, we might as well.
Exit the editor. Quit. Okay. So. This is my Bitbucket test. I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do a commit. I'm gonna say tutorial started.
So you have to download a GitHub program? Is that what this is?
There's like a bunch of different ways to do it. Like I guess it depends on if you want to use their like inline text editor, or if you want to have like a version like on your computer.
Yeah.
That you're running off of. So I want to check all of them and commit. So this commit just saved like the version or like those changes to my local. And then I'm doing a push. So I got to push all this to the main on the website.
Nice.
See if this works.
Is that a turtle?
Yeah, it's a turtle. He's getting dumped into the file folder.
That's good.
Okay, it worked. So now if I look on the website,
this is great. Here it is.
There's Dodge.
Message tutorial started.
Tutorial started. Here are all my files. This is in the main branch. That's pretty cool. So you can get. I'm using Bitbucket right now.
Okay.
I was like doing research on which one's the best, like GitHub, Bitbucket. There's a few others.
Yeah.
Bitbucket gives you 1 gigabyte for free.
Okay.
and it's more for like private development,
Hmm.
whereas like Git is more for like open source type stuff.
Okay.
Um, so you can sign up for it, and then I can send you the connection settings, or I don't know how I can invite you, and then I can show you how to create a local repository as well.
Okay. That sounds great.
Yeah, it's a little involved. It might be overkill, but
Yeah.
it might be kind of fun. And the worst thing that happens is you just have a local version that you need to upload later, you know?
Yeah.
Like if it stops working. But
That's great.
yeah, we can mess with it.
I'm in.
All
All
right,
right.
buddy.
So yeah, so you know what? Maybe next time, first thing we do is we set up that Git, or you can like maybe just send me the info or something, or like, I don't know, like message me like what do I need to do? Like I make a thing and then I send you
Yeah,
my.
I'll send you the stuff.
All right,
Yeah.
and then we finish this project next time, and then make a new blank thing. You know, like we'll see where we start from there, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, I say we probably just start making a new blank thing, and maybe it's not the game, maybe it's another like, proof of concept,
Yeah.
like just simple stuff.
Well, and we haven't decided yet, but like if we want to do a platformer, we start just making platformer controls and just like, like I did with that other one, and we just try and make it work. Or if we're doing top down like a Zelda thing, then like all right, let's just make controls work, right? Even if it's not the real project yet.
Yeah,
I think
definitely.
I think that would work. And honestly, in some ways, I think we just pick something and like start working on it, and then if we're enjoying it, we keep going, and if we're like, yeah, this sucks, we do something else.
Change formats, yeah.
Yeah, I don't
But
have
but
any.
that's
Good.
no, I was gonna say like that's true though. Like outside of like artwork and
Right.
everything, is really just getting like a flow
Right.
if we're looking at a platformer.
And I have no particular inspiration. It's not like, oh, I have this game idea I want to make. I'm like a blank slate. I got nothing. So, like, we just pick a thing and mess with it. Unless you have an idea, I don't. So,
Not right now. I'm gonna try to think of something, but at the same time, I think we're gonna be inspired by what we find out is possible, right?
right. Because we're
So
going to be pretty limited, I think, by our ability there. So,
definitely,
yeah, which is okay. That'll be fun.
I'm excited, man. I like Godot overall. It's
It,
pretty good.
yeah, I need to get dirty in it instead of just copy and pasting everything. Like I need to start writing some stuff and to like internalize a little better. I think what we just did. Um,
Yes.
I felt like I went slower on Game Maker. I never followed a tutorial on how to make a platformer. I just started by making a little cube, and I was like, all right, I want to make a jump, and then I made a jump. Like, and I just went real slow, and it took months, but it was. And maybe it's also easier and more limited, but either way, I felt like I earned every bit of the knowledge, not like not just copy and pasting. So I think that'll be fun. I think us like trial and erroring, like, oh, what if I did this, and what if I put this here, and oh, that doesn't work. Wonder why. That'd be good. Whew. All right, man.
Hey, Reggie.
Hey, buddy. So I will see you tomorrow night, probably, right? I think are we both good for that?
Yeah, definitely.
Sweet.
I'll try to send you the Git stuff tomorrow, and if you have any questions, maybe we can meet like before the game thing, or we could just do it
Okay.
later in the week.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Nice.
All right, buddy.
All right, buddy.
All right, I will.
Have a good
I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah. Have a good evening.
All
Tell
right.
everybody we say hi.
Yeah, we'll do. Vice versa. All right. See you, man.
Adios.